Hi guys, welcome back to the Daily Dreamer. Thanks so much for coming and hanging out with me and sharing a dream or two. I know it's been a hot minute. Still having the dreams. Hope you are too. Hope your dreams have been treating you well. Okay, I'm just going to get to one of them. I have so many of them. In fact, today I had one that I went in, saw what was going on, and instantly manifested myself actually awake because I didn't want to be in that dream. It was actually kind of cool. Anyways, I had this dream. And we're just going to get to it. So I am being smuggled out of a certain situation. A friend of mine has his friend take us out of the situation, and his way of doing so was putting us on a barge or a big, huge ocean liner, and we are to cross the ocean. I was hesitant anyways because I am not a fan of water, but I guess it was the only way that we were going to be taken out of the situation. So onward we went. So we're on the ocean, and I remember looking over, just kind of because we're going to be there for a minute, looking over, and I happen to see over this ocean with these waves, and not really thinking much of it, just other than let me occupy myself so that I'm not thinking of the water. And I see off in the distance this wonderful butterfly, and this butterfly is like dancing above the ocean, and it's just kind of fluttering. And I remember trying to focus in on this butterfly because it was so amazing to me because the color of the butterfly was black. And I thought, how interesting, that's a black butterfly. And as I'm focusing on that, I happen to see off in my peripheral another huge ocean liner kind of approaching. So now my focus goes to this other boat. This boat is just as large as ours. And I remember seeing it coming up on the waves. And then suddenly there was this huge wave. And I remember watching their boat come up and then smashing down on these waves. And I thought, oh my God, well, if, they're fighting that over there, what are we fighting over here? So I happen to look over, and our boat just happens to be crashing down at that exact moment over this huge, humongous ocean wave. And it overtook me, and it made me a bit sick. And so I said to the guy driving the boat, get me off this ocean. He said, that can't be. And I was like, yes, it can. Get me off this ocean now. Well, I manifested being somewhere else. Well, I wasn't specific because the next thing you know, we are crossing a railroad tracks. And as I look over, there is a huge train coming, and he's beeping his horn. And I'm like, oh my God. And I look at the driver of the boat who's still driving the same boat. Now, miraculously, this boat has wheels. And he's driving as fast as he can, but I don't think it's going to be fast enough because I think the impact is going to hit. But we make it safely across, but not before he says to me, well, what did you expect? He goes, anywhere you go, and there's going to be dangers. It's just a matter of which one you want to experience, lady. And my mouth drops to the floor and then I look back at the train. We get across, and as we get across, I'm trying to gather my nerves. And he says to me, this is great. This is cool because we're in this small town. This small town happens to be where I'm from. Do you mind if we stop in to see my wife and kids? Well, I'm looking around the town. It looks real run down. I remember the details of the town. When we get to, I didn't answer, but we get to his house, and his wife is there, and she reminds him that it's his child's birthday, and he had forgotten about it. Well, he takes me to the side, and he asks me if I would mind giving the child my bracelet. I remember looking down at my hand and seeing a silver bracelet. I don't wear bracelets in real life, so I really wanted to focus in on this bracelet. It was silver and it had dangling charms. I remember looking at each of the charms. There were 3 of them specifically that triggered memories for me. So they must have meant something important to me. When I got to the very last one, I remember seeing a koala bear. Now, I love koala bears. I don't know if koala bear is like my spirit animal or what, but they really resonate with me. I think because they sleep 22 hours out of the day, maybe. I don't know. Dreamers like to sleep or wake up. Anyways, I wonder if that's where they're at. Okay, moving on. So I remember thinking, well, maybe if I took the koala bear off, then I could give it to him because I kind of wanted to keep the koala bear, but I thought, no, that wouldn't be right. So I look over at the child who is laying there on the ground, maybe waiting for his dad to come in to talk to him about, his birthday. And I go over to the baby and I sit down. The baby was wearing diapers, but he looked to be like 3 or 4 because he was rather taller for a child in diapers. Anyways, I go over and I sit down and I start talking about this bracelet and the charms on it, but not telling him the actual experiences of those charms, just new experiences for him. And then he was so fascinated with the stories that I was telling. And in the very end, when we got to the koala, I had some great little ending for him. I handed him the bracelet and I said, "This is a bracelet from your father for your birthday." And he was super excited about it. And then in comes his father and he runs over and he hugs his dad. His dad's going to spend some time with him before we go on to the next journey of being smuggled to where we are actually needing to go. So I gave him some time with his kid. And then I remember as I was waiting, here comes this butterfly. This butterfly, again, from the ocean. It's a black butterfly. It's huge. Only this time it has a partner. So they're fluttering around and they're doing this dance for me. And I'm just kind of, mesmerized by them dancing. And so I watched them for a moment until he comes over and he says to me, "Would you like to see my personal collection?" I said, "Sure." So he opens up this box, and in this box are these hand-carved pipes. And he was getting them appraised for his wife before he happened to leave for this next journey. And I was admiring all of them. They were very pretty. But then he lifted up the box, and there were two special ones underneath. Two of them that meant something very special to him. And so we looked at them in great detail. And then as I look up, I see the two butterflies just land. I thought, what is it with these butterflies? And I go to look over at him to say something. But at that point, I was whisked back to consciousness. So, wow, what a crazy dream, right? All right, so what do you think the dream meant? Well, let's go find out what I think it means to me. Okay, guys, so what do you think the dream means? Okay, well, there's a lot of things going on in that dream. It's hard to really decipher what it all possibly really could mean. We know that, the dangers and turmoils, no matter what you choose, where you go, it's all a matter of what adventure you want to experience that day. I get it, okay? What stuck out to me, though, in that particular dream were butterflies. So I did a quick research on as far as what butterflies could possibly mean, especially the black ones. And I learned a little bit about butterflies. Butterflies are actually, there are some that are always going to say, well, they're negative, especially it depends on, the color that you dream, because there's all kinds of different, meanings for different colors and different butterflies and what they're doing and if they land on you. I mean, it's a personal interpretation. But overall, what I found out about butterflies is that they represent spiritual transformation. They can represent immortality. They can also represent the changing, as though maybe you're changing jobs, maybe you're changing your mind too much, maybe you're changing for the worse or for the better. It just depends. What choices are you making in your life lately? Butterflies represent a change, a metamorphosis. There is a saying, it obviously stuck out, so I'm going to read it to you, okay? When she transformed into the butterfly, the caterpillar spoke not of her beauty, but of her weirdness. They wanted her to change back into what she had always been, but now she had wings. So do you think she's going to change back? Heck no, I wouldn't either. If I had wings, I'd be off. Bye-bye. Anyway, so butterflies, they also can represent the fact that your spirit, your deceased loved ones are around. Some say that they are angels bringing you messages from the other side. So there's a lot of things that butterflies can mean, especially with color. We know color is the rather important, especially if you're dreaming, but even in the 3D awake state, if you have butterflies flying around you, take a moment. I think someone's trying to give you a message there. Butterflies also represent freedom because they are free to just fly. They represent a fresh start, a fresh start after maybe a period of difficulty. So that's always a good thing. Overall, the butterfly is synonymous, can't really speak right now, with renewal and reincarnation, a celebration of the soul and our spiritual well-being. So yay for me. I had two of them in the dream. All right, they're a metaphor for transformation. So we know that the black butterfly's meaning is one of beauty and grace. It's completely opposite of what I am in life. But its significance, of course, does not stop there. Black butterflies are also known for their portrayal of hope, for overcoming any sort of, trauma. any sort of pain in your life, and they represent that overcoming. So hope is a good thing to have in life, right? All right. Let's see what else they are representative of. Seen as an omen of good luck, they're often interpreted as a symbol of freedom, the removal of barriers. Yay! We want to remove all the barriers that are holding us back, don't we? So guys, if you guys dream of butterflies, there's a bunch of things that they can mean. But take a moment and appreciate their beauty. Take a moment and appreciate the fact that they're trying to send you a message. And maybe it has something to do with, I don't know, taking 5 minutes a day for you. I know it's always easier said than done. Trust me, I do know. For some reason, days are speeding up and time is really getting in the way, really, of doing everything I want to do. But if you're dreaming of butterflies, guys, lately, take a moment. Take 5 minutes, sit on it. Appreciate yourself. You're going through a change. And hopefully it's a change for the better, for yourself, so that you get more connected. Guys, until next time, many blessings to you and sweet dreams.